There is no such thing as lack or scarcity. There's only consolidation that leads to accumulation to go higher. What up, what up, what up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Instructions for Humanity. It is your girl, Tahira, Mother of the Ages. I am your supernatural quantum healer, guys. I am the author of The Great Expansion, a cosmic Bible for the ages, guys. Book one, The Ego Divide. Go ahead and pick that up on Amazon. I also do specialize in spiritual hypnotherapy, past life regression, quantum healing, quantum readings with Reiki energy medicine. I do it all, guys. So go ahead and email for details if you want to book your own session, guys, for healing. Let go, guys. Let's jump right into this information. Today is going to be deep. If you want to know how to get the monkey off your back, how to get out of the Satan vibration and get back into your birthright, back into quantum abundance, then stick around. This video is for you. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make it so easy for you guys today in this video where you can understand how to align yourself with the energy, frequency, and vibration of that in which you seek in order to go higher. The first thing we must understand when we start talking about quantum currency, guys. So this is, I don't know if anyone else talks about this, but one day I had multiple messages coming through and Source was talking to me about a quantum currency. You are the quantum currency. Hold on. You are the currency because you are a spark soul from the cosmos that constantly flows, right? That moves, that is animated. You're the currency. It's not the fiat, guys. And nowadays, it's not even the gold. So that's the first thing you must understand. When you're the currency, you attract everything to you. When you allow other people to be the currency, then you are attracted to them. You see how that works? So you must become of the abundance. Quantum currency, which you are, it is a never-ending flow of energy, of source, resources, source God, resources. That's why I keep saying you are source, you are God. Source can't step down and come down here to this matrix. You are it. You're it. You're the quantum currency. Okay. First thing you have to know. Now, when we're talking about making this quantum leap into financial abundance, because, scarcity really is the devil's playground. Scarcity, the lack mentality, oh, I could have done this, but then this happened. I could have done that, but I don't have this. That's lack, which is an illusion. That's scarcity, which is a lie. Scarcity is the devil's playground, which leads to only more illusionary thoughts of scarcity, more fear, and more loss. So you have to, first of all, understand that lack and scarcity is a lie and bring yourself up to the vibration once again of the resource, of source. You are the quantum currency. So guys, I'm going to give an analogy here. It's just like being in the stock market, guys. A stock can't continue to go up and up and up and go to the moon like all these people online talk about. It's going to the moon. No, it ain't, girl. It's going right to that next resistance. It's going to the ceiling and it's going to see if it can push through. And if it does not have enough pressure, bullish energy, life force energy, right? This is all spiritual. The stock market is spiritual. If it does not have enough buying pressure to push it up, enough bullish energy, quantum energy, right? Then guess what? It hits the ceiling and it falls down to the floor or the next resistance, which is now support, which is now the floor. So must we, guys. So must we. It is impossible to say, I'm going to do something, start something today, something new that I've never done before. And I'm just going to power through all the way and not hit a wall, not hit any resistance, not have hating people or, monitoring spirit eyes on me. That's impossible because we live in a quantum field of infinite potentiality. There are timelines and slits of time and frames, right? imagery frames clashing onto each other all at the same time. And as you are growing, parts of you, part of your quantum self is collapsing onto the other aspect of self. This is why you have to have resistance. Everybody say, resistance is good. In the chat, resistance is good. Resistance is good. This is the first thing you have to know. There will be resistance. So guess what? Instead of when you're met with resistance and you say, oh, I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I had resistance. No, you expecting it. You waiting for it. Where's that resistance? You know it's coming, but you're ready for it. You're ready. This is the difference, guys. The difference. So when we're soaring up like the stock, when we're going high, when we're in flow state, guys, this is it. When we have the resources behind us, the power of source, the life force energy, that's why you keep your body and your temple good, so you get more life force energy through the breath, right? We're breathing in life force energy. We're breathing out toxins. We're taking in through water, life force energy. We are expelling through waste, the things that no longer serve us. Source is the resource. All of these basic things like breathing and water and air and wind, oh my, and ether. This is what's going to make you the quantum currency. It's going to make you a bad man. Guys, I've got to add a little humor to it, but no, seriously. This is what's going to bring you out of scarcity and lack, which is an illusion. Scarcity is the devil's playground. Do not play in the devil's playground, guys. Okay? So when you hit that resistance that you know is coming, guess what? It's a time for you to go back down to your last resistance. This is when you hit the floor, or you go to sleep, you go to bed, or you take a period, some months or even years to rest. And this is when we are in our consolidation phase, guys. Very important. You have to know this. Write this down. Just as a stock has to come down, it has to fill the gap, guys. When a stock goes up and it just blasts through certain resistances, guess what? Just because the market closes here, there's still people in other countries on other time zones that are trading in the market. So when you wake up and your stock has gapped up $5, $10, you should know that you have to fill the gap, because it looks like empty data. There was nothing down there, no activity, no energy, right? On that chart. It's like a ghost, which we are the quantum currency, guys. We have to fill these spaces with energy, frequency, and vibration. So when you look at that chart, girl, you wake up and it gapped up $5, $10. Hope you took your money, girl, because you know what's about to happen. It has to fill the gap. Has to fill the gap. There cannot be any gaps in your quantum currency, in you. There's not holes in this, guys. Source has given us everything we need. Do you think Source is going to leave you with gaps in your soul? No, you're here to learn and to experience and to go through all the ups. You can't skip a level or a step. It's the same thing in the stock market. When that gap is not filled, that stock has to fall back down to fill the gap, girl. And that's when you put in your put option, right? To make money on the way down. But anywho, I'm just saying, it's the same thing, guys, with this life. There's no missing pieces. There's no gaps. If something is done correctly, there is no gaps. So when you're in your consolidation phase, this is the time to fill those gaps. And what you're doing is you're looking at how far you've come. Just like, you know what? I did hit resistance, but guess what? Now it's a time for me to take account of everything I've gained, all the knowledge I've gained over the past several years or decades, right? This is what we do in our consolidation phase. And it will appear to the outside world that we are not moving. It will appear to the outside world. Man, this person lazy. Why aren't they getting up and doing nothing? I'm over here hustling and doing this. How come they haven't jumped into this new opportunity that the whole world is buzzing about? It's because they're in their consolidation phase. So what happens during this phase? It gives us time to fill the gap. Look through the record of our soul. Is there anything I missed? Is there any trauma that needs to be healed? Is there any missing pieces within me? Is there any childhood trauma? Is there any relationship trauma I'm still holding on to that's preventing me from going higher, from accelerating? Consolidation leads to accumulation. This is what you're doing. You are accumulating wisdom during this time because you're able to now stop, consolidate, make sense of what happened. You were just soaring high. You were accomplishing things. Let's sit for a moment. Let's consolidate that. Make sure we have the structure and the foundation, right? This is when the stock finds that support and it starts to consolidate near the support line, guys. This is what you are doing as well because you're the quantum currency. You are the resource. Source is resource. We are the resource because we are a version of source. So you tell me, there is no lack there. There's no lack in resources. There's no lack in source. So keep that in mind, guys. The next time your energy is dipping down to the bottoms of the pits of hell, girl, you start thinking about lack and what you don't got, just know you have entered Satan's den, the devil's playground, right? Because that's only going to fester. It's going to lead to spiraling, karmic loops, financial cycles of loops, right? Where you keep repeating the same cycle. We've all been there. Keep doing the same bad decisions. We've all been there. It's because you're in the devil's playground. And the devil's playground is a constant loop, just as this matrix is a constant loop. Okay? So we break out of the loop by bending to it. We don't fight against current, guys. It's what you have to know. There's no struggle here. There's no lack. We're in flow. If life is saying, hey, we've hit resistance, come back down for a moment and consolidate. See, this is the problem. Most people, they're trying to bust through that wall. They don't have enough energy, enough life force energy. They didn't bring up the vibration. They didn't go to and through the accumulation phase. When you're down consolidating, you're getting your new plan together, you're resting, you are learning and building wisdom from what you've already done. Then you start to accumulate new skills, new knowledge, new knowings. The accumulation is the vibration. So you lining up to that frequency. We're going to talk about the cosmic time clock, guys. You are on this matrix time clock, which is a loop. It runs in cycles of 4, 8, 16, 24. You know, that is the loop, guys. That is a different timeline. We're not on that. We're on the quantum timeline, guys. Infinite field of potentiality. You are the quantum currency, guys. So that frequency that leads to you holding the vibration is the accumulation. And the more that you hold the vibration, the more you accumulate. And the more you accumulate, the more you go higher. This is when you start to get upward movement again in life. It's not who can reach the biggest, vibration in meditation for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Who can hold it right there? Who can hold the vibration? Even when life looks otherwise, even when people are telling you you can't do it, can you hold this quantum currency vibration that you are the resource? Can you hold it? And if you can hold the support, guess what? People see this stock is steady. This stock is holding this support. There might start to be more buying pressure to lead to the upside because people see it's a strong foundation. No one wants to invest in something that's not a strong foundation. And I know this personally. I used to be so weak, guys. I'm not here by happenstance. I'm here because I was once less than what I knew that I should be. I've done the work on myself over 20 years, guys, 22 years. My journey, I've been building myself, guys. Even when the world thought that I wasn't anything. I'm going to tell you a story, guys. Once upon a time, girl, I was in a relationship. But no, in all seriously, guys, it's very interesting. You could be in your consolidation phase when you meet someone. I was in a consolidation phase, guys. You know, I had a whole career in Hollywood in my 20s and late 20s up to my early 30s. Whole career in Hollywood. I've done everything. I was a published author by 13. I was a producer at Judge Judy. I'd worked with Steven Spielberg. I have worked with on a lot of different music videos, pilots, sitcom, like you name it. I did it, right? So when I met my ex, right, I was in my consolidation phase. I needed to sit and reflect what just happened the past 10, 15 years of my life when I was soaring high, 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 high. Then, when you're in your consolidation phase, people might look at you. How come you're not doing what I'm doing? Because guess what? They're in their phase where they're going up, but you've already been there. You hit the resistance and now you're coming back down to consolidate and to make sense out of what happened, to really solidify the skills and ground yourself, right? You have to be grounded here so that you can accumulate to go higher. But they're meeting you on their way up and you have already been there, but you're consolidating. And now they may be looking at you like you're not enough. Guys, say I'm enough. Please say I am enough. I am infinite power. I am the quantum currency. Feel the vibration of that as it rolls off of your tongue. I can feel it in my upper chakras right now. Just feel that. No such thing as lack and scarcity. It's an illusion, devil's playground. So I had a lot of people that were around me that should not have been because they didn't understand where I had been because they met me when I'm consolidating, right? And this is what's going to happen to you guys. You have to know where you are. You can't force it. We don't force anything. We yield to what's going on. And then we flow with that, right? Because if you try to go higher when it ain't time, you can hurt yourself. You can kill yourself. You can do so many harmful things. You could lose everything. You could get dehydrated. So many things that could happen. So we do not push past that. We flow with it and we wait for our time. We stay in this consolidation phase. This could be where you're kind of in the dark, you're in the void, right? But we're still studying, we're still learning, we're still practicing, we're still growing, we're still praying, we're still meditating. We're still aligning with the new frequency because the cosmic time clock says, and sources always told me this is in the book, The Great Expansion, guys. The cosmic time clock is when the energy shifts. When the energy shifts is when you can get to go higher or lower or in a different direction. That's the cosmic time clock. That's the quantum time clock that we're on. So just knowing that, if you want to have a change, then you must follow the cosmic time clock if you want change, guys. Then you must figure out, how do I shift the energy around me? How do I raise to a higher frequency? Then hold the vibration of that frequency. That is the only way to make a quantum leap. This is how we make our quantum leaps. We follow the cosmic time clock of the cosmos, of Source Divine. Energy, frequency, vibration, acute awareness, and mathematics is what that is, guys. Okay, the next thing I want to say is we live in the reverberation of thought. This is a channeled book, channeled Bible. This information is directly from source, guys. We live in the reverberation of thought. So if we live there, if our quantum selves are in the reverberation of thought. How do we move? How do we move energy? Thought wave, guys. It's a thought wave. This is how we move. This is how we utilize the energy, frequency, and vibration, the quantum cosmic time clock. We use it by thought waves. Thought forms. Your thought forms are an accumulation of different thoughts. So if you're thinking lack and scarcity, and I'm not good enough to be here and I don't belong here, then your thought forms is the thought wave you're riding on. Where is that going to lead you? To Satan's playground. More scarcity, more lack, right? And we don't want that. So we live, you have to know, we live in the reverberation of thought. So your mind, got to get your mind right. Your head got to be in the game. Head got to be in the game. Body got to be right. Body, mind, spirit has to be in alignment, right? All cylinders must be working, guys. So you must know the imagination is what's real. Your reality is the imagination. Let me repeat that. The imagination is real. Your imagination is, no, your reality is the imagination. So whatever you thinketh, that is what is in your reality. I do not live in lack. Guys, 2.5 years ago, I did not even have money to eat. Telling you, I'm a living testament, guys. I'm a living testament. And it's not that I couldn't. I was in like a program and it was so hardcore. It was like a Salesforce, and it was like it was only like a few months, something that should have taken like a year or even a year and a half was only done in like 2 months. And I was like spending like 50, 60 hours, just my head hurting. And I did not have money to eat because that was the time when I knew I was consolidating, but I was accumulating skills to now go higher. Guys, so you have to accumulate skills. You can't just sit there in the consolidation phase. You have to accumulate, and you have to invest in self. I'm not sitting here, and I don't tell you guys to book a session or quantum healing session, past life regression, or join the Ascension program. I'm telling you because this is what I did. I took myself through these things. I've spent 5 figures on courses. I'm sure eventually in the future, I will be able to spend 6 figures on courses, guys, self-development. And I've done it for free. I've been a school of different teachers along the way that was for free. So there's no excuse about this fiat currency. If you don't have, information is free. It is free. If you dig enough, it is free, but you must invest in yourself. It's the same thing. You think you're going to put 50 cents into the market and make $10 million. It will never happen. You have to invest something. It's the same thing. You want to become the quantum currency, you have to invest in that. You have to spend some time dedicating to grow, to educate self, because your thoughts is your reality. The imagination is real. Your reality is your imagination. Whatever you think of, so it will be. So speak life. Not only speak life, guys, but you must think life. You have to know how powerful it is. You must think life. Must think life. So guys, you know I live by the mantra, love is the way. Forgiveness is the key. Truth is the light that guides us home. This is it. It's so simple. Basic principles. If you're not in a loving vibration, not just to others, but to yourself as well. If you're not filled with joy, positivity, life force energy, love, highest vibration, if you're not filled with that, you have no fuel to go higher. So you must spend time loving thyself. I had to spend time loving thyself, learning thyself, knowing thyself, trusting thyself, becoming thyself. Being authentic, guys, is the code. It's the secret. It's the secret. When I became authentic, yes, you will leave a lot of people behind. Because some people are only supposed to be there during the consolidation phase. And some people are only to be there during the time you're going down or during the time you're shooting up. You know why? Because there is a part of you that is on that vibration. If someone's in your life and you're in a consolidation phase, there is an aspect of you that is still operating from a lower vibration frequency or energy level. And this is why the consolidation is important, to take account of those gaps in the market. See what needs to be filled. Oh, I missed this step. That's why this happened. I got to go back a few steps, take care of this. Now my masterpiece will work, because now foundation is steady, guys. You have to know that. So look around, the 5 people around you. This is going to dictate your income. Look at the 5 people around you, the people you talk to the most. Add up their salaries and divide it. That's what yours is going to be. That's what yours is going to be. And yeah, I know you're saying, well, some people, we don't have those kind of people around us that are doing good. And that's when you stay to self, because it's dangerous to be around people who are not elevating. This is different than them being a consolidation phase, but if they've never produced anything, that's dangerous. They never produced anything, guys. You need a healing session. You have blockages, possibly from a past life, childhood trauma, ancestral wounding, spell work, any of those things. You need a healing session if you've never produced, right? And producing could be something as simple as graduating from high school, from college, taking a course, getting a job, producing something, girl, making some form of fiat. The fiat is just gauges how we view winning in this space-time continuum in the matrix realm, but that's not really what it is. That's not truly what it is, but we tend to equate money with success. But the success starts with thought waves, thought forms, right? So some people, like myself, I'll walk this world alone. I'll walk this world alone. I am competing against self. Yes, there's people who I absolutely can look at their story and their story, and it can inspire me, right? But I don't mimic anyone. I walk this world alone, because where I'm going has not been built yet. Some of you are the first to do it. And you're acting like the follower. I was acting like the follower, but in truth, I was the leader. In my relationship, I was acting like the follower, but in truth, I was the leader. Conflict. You cannot have conflict. Just like the market. The market loves strong support, strong resistance, makes people feel safe to invest. Because I was the leader, but I was acting like the follower, I was not strong support. I was not. People don't want to invest in anything that's not strong, guys. Okay? You have to know that. Some of us are put here to do something extraordinary. We're here to pave out a path so that we can clear the way for other people to walk. This is what I'm here for. And you can only do that when you understand who you are in that consolidation phase, take account of who you are, fill any gaps, anything that needs to be healed and filled. You do it at that time, but you never stop learning, growing, and expanding, right? We never stop doing that, guys. Say, I am the first to ever do it. Say, I am the first to ever do it. I am here to pave the way for others. I am clearing the path for others to walk freely. This is what some of us are here to do. So some of us absolutely walk alone. There is no competition. There is only one Tahira, Mother of the Ages. There's only one you. There's only one beautiful you. The more authentic, the more you lean into the power of self, is the more turned on and in tune and precise your quantum currency will become. It's uniquely you. It's uniquely you guys. So the last thing I want to say is, I'm going to give an analogy of people say they're going to go to heaven, they're going to live in their Father's kingdom, right? I have no problem with that, guys. But source is practical. Source is common sense. Do you live in your Father's house here on earth forever? Your Father is to teach you, to rear you up, to show you his ways so that you can go out and be a successful member of society. Do you live in your Father's house forever here on earth? If you don't live in your Father's house here forever on earth, then what makes you think you can dwell in another man's house forever and ever and ever? Amen. Oh, I struck a chord. Oh, ouch. That hurt. Ouch. Ouch. Owie. That hurt. That hurt. Do you think Source is so egotistical that it wants only one kingdom and it to be the ruler forever and ever? And for you to stay underneath it as a child? Do you think Source doesn't want its child to grow and be better than it? It does. Source does. And that's why the great Holy Bible says, and greater things shall you do. We're supposed to be greater than Christ. We are supposed to be greater. And I love Christ because Christ was a rebel. Christ was kicking ass and taking names. I like that. It's a quantum currency. He was the currency. Everyone flocked to him. You become the currency. Everyone flocks to you. We're not followers, guys. On this channel, we're not followers. We're leaders. We're strong foundation. We are authentic here. We are our own lighthouse. When we turn our light on, we attract everything. And we have enough life force energy to power it all. We are source here on this channel. We are our own source in our own universe. One verse, right? So I think I've said it, guys. I think I've said it. If you want to learn more how to become the quantum currency, guys, do enroll in my Ascension program. It's unbelievable what you can do with hypnosis and energy work and the quantum field. It's unbelievable, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. So guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Let me see if I can just drum up a message, please, for us really quickly, guys. I'm going to open up something here and see if I can get one last message. Like I always like to end my videos with this. Okay, open to a random page, reading from page 132 here in my book, The Great Expansion, a Cosmic Bible for the Ages. Let's see what Source wants to tell us. The original drum pattern, we're talking about the 808 drum that's popularized in hip-hop music. The original 808 drum pattern was meant to target the Black American Aboriginals, so-called African Americans. In the 1980s and 90s, we saw how this greatly affected these communities. We saw a rise in violence in young men and women selling crack, cocaine, marijuana, rise in Black on Black crime, in the Black prison population, in single parent households, in overt sexual behavior, displayed in public without shame, in disobedient children and unfit parents, in trauma bonding, depression, and anxiety. No one is safe from it because our hip hop culture has been popularized and purposefully fed to the masses. It is now embedded in the fabric of most societies worldwide, transcending both cultural and language barriers. I sense that this was all part of a greater plan. The evildoers have already implanted their wicked traps for mankind. It's Proverbs 29:25. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord will be kept. You can't make this up. This is why we're in lack and scarcity. It's in the music. And as source outlines, it was meant to target the originals, the aboriginals, which is the, so to speak, African Americans, guys, which actually come, these are actually Moors, which come from the planet Mars. Come from the planet Mars millions of years ago. And they've had many names and many masters. Now the masters hip hop, the masters in the music, because even pop music, even some country music now has an 808 drum in it. This is the frequency that the evildoers are using to keep you in Satan's playground. You have to detach from their code. It's recoding you. You are divinely coded by source. You already have the code, the spark in life that powers you inside of you. This is what they use the music, particularly here. Source wants to point out the 808 drum, popularized by hip hop music that is now popular world music. And what it's going to lead to is a rise in drugs. Everybody now is coked up on shrooms. Talked about they going to be spiritually enlightened. No, most people are just using that as an excuse to just keep themselves numbed. And they're trying to not fill the gap. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with shrooms or psychedelics to get you to that state, but if you're there doing it every day and you've not yet learned how to come into self mastery, how to become the quantum currency by filling in the gaps within your own being, soul essence being, then it's not good. It's going to lead to destruction, to lack, to scarcity, to drugs, to your communities, your families falling apart. This was part of the plan that the evildoers originally set up for the, so to speak, African Americans, but now, so beautiful how they do it. They put it everywhere. So now everyone in the whole world, no matter if you speak English or not, can partake in this evil frequency and this evil plan. Okay? Be careful. The food you drink, the company you keep, the thoughts you think, and what you speak. Okay? Be conscious. Things that go in between your ears. All here to rewrite your divine blueprint, your source codes. Okay? I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. The birds, the bees, and yes, all of the beautiful trees, they all love you too. Love is the way. Forgiveness, it is the key. And truth is the absolute light that will always, always guide us home. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.